You still have permission to dwell with God. What if I'm still struggling? You have permission to dwell with God. What if my marriage is on the rocks? What if I'm depressed? What if I'm anxious? You have permission to dwell with God. Well, Pastor, what if I'm bored with church? What if I'm bored with your message right now? What if I'm judging you for your camo pants? You still have permission to dwell. God wants to dwell with you. God wants relationship with you. So the question that we need to ask this morning is this: why aren't you dwelling? Why aren't you dwelling? Like, if the invitation is for whosoever, then why aren't you dwelling with God? If the what-ifs don't matter with God, then why aren't you dwelling with God? If the Christian life is more than just going to heaven, then why aren't you dwelling with God? Here it is. We treat God like going to the MVA. Anybody else in the room hate the MVA? Come on, be honest. I hate the MVA. I hate going to the MVA because no matter how prepared I think I am, I get there and I find out that I need something that I don't have. And so I show up to the MVA, man. I got my folder of everything I've ever did in my life. I got like my 5th grade report card. I got my receipts from Sheets, from all my Mountain Dews that I've been drinking. And I show up and I go and I get my bingo number and I sit down and I wait about an hour. And then I get called up to this little window and there's this woman named Karen there. It's always a Karen. And she's like, let me see your folder of stuff. And so I get my folder out and I'm laying everything out. And I think I have it all in order. And she's like, do you have your second cousin on your mother's side Social Security card? And I'm like, no, why would I have that? And she's like, well, you need that. And I'm like, okay, well, I could probably get a picture. Let me text someone really quick. And she's like, no, I'm going to need a physical copy. And I'm like, okay, so I leave and I go and I get what I need to get and I come back to her and I'm like, hey, I got everything that I need. And I'm like, great, everything's going to be good. And she's like, do you have a blood sample for your 2 children? It just seems like no matter how prepared I am and no matter how many documents I think I have, I'm never prepared. I'm never ready for what I need in that moment. And so often we view God as operating the same way. And we come into church and we walk up to the desk and religion says, okay, give me all the paperwork. Show me your church attendance. Show me your tithing slip. Show me how long it's been since you last sinned. Give me this picture-perfect paperwork of you being the modeled Christian, and then maybe, just maybe, you can dwell in the presence of God. That's not how it works. Let me tell you what the gospel is. This is the gospel. You walk up to the desk with nothing in your hand, and you get up to the desk, and religion says, okay, let me see the paperwork. Let me see you check off all the boxes, and you stand there naked and ashamed because you have nothing to offer. But then you hear a voice behind you that says, it's okay, I got it covered. And then you turn around and look, and it's Jesus. And he walks up to the desk, and he takes his bloody nails, and he puts them on the table, and he says, it is finished. I paid the price. You have access into a relationship with God.